Welcome back, YouTubers. Please like, subscribe, and share our videos. For many years, I've studied and trying to learn the truth. And every time I learn truth, I want everybody to know the truth that I learn and share with everyone. And today's topic is really a difficult one, but it's truth. Okay, so it's truth. So we want to jump right into it. Has to deal with Christianity, but so that we can learn Christianity, we need to learn truth, and we need to learn about the beast system. Okay, so let's get right into it. In Daniel 2, chapter 2, verse 28 through 45. Okay, so let's go right into it. But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter, and he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me, for any wisdom that I have, more than any living, but for their sake that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. Thou, O king, sawest this, and behold this great image. This image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image head was of fine gold, the breast and arms of silver, the belly and thighs of brass, his legs and feet, part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till a stone was cut without hands, which smote upon the feet that were iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Then was the iron and clay, and brass and silver and gold, broken into pieces together, and became like the shaft of the summer threshing floor. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, filled the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. Wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field, the fowls of the heaven, has given into thy hand, and has made thee ruler of them all. You are the gold of the image, the head of gold. And after thee shall rise another kingdom, inferior unto thee, another kingdom, a third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. The fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as so much as iron breaketh into pieces and subdues all the things, and as iron that breaketh all things, it shall break in pieces and bruises. Whereas thou sawest the feet of toes, part of potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. There shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with clay, and as the toes and of the feet were part of iron and part of clay. So the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with merry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave unto one to another. As for the iron is not mixed with clay, for in these days kings shall the God of heaven set up, in a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people. But it shall break into pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Nebuchadnezzar saw this dream of all these four kingdoms that were going to rule over the house of Israel. But each kingdom, that when one conquered the other, then it brought a religious system upon them that was worse and worse. Okay, so Nebuchadnezzar was the head of gold. And in Daniel chapter 5, verse 25 through 28, there was a writing on the wall during a festival, and they brought Daniel to interpret this writing. And it goes like this. Chapter 5, verse 25 through 28. And this is the writing that was written, Mene, Telek. This is the interpretation of the things, Mene. God has numbered thy kingdom and finished it, Telek. Thou art weighed in balances and art found wanting. 28. Perez. Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes Persians. So after Babylon, the kingdom was given to the Medes Persians. And if we read our King James Version, we will not find the third and fourth kingdom. We have to go to a Catholic Bible that has the Maccabees, book 1 of Maccabees. In the very first verse of book 1, it says, after Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came from the land of Kittim, had defeated King Darius of the Medes Persians, he succeeded him as king, and he had previously become king of Greece. Alexander the Great is the one that conquered the Medes Persians. Nobody conquered Alexander the Great, but one of his generals. In chapter 8 of the first book of Maccabees, now Judas heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were very strong, and that they were well disposed towards all who made an alliance with them. So the last kingdom of this dream was Rome. Rome came to power and ruled the then known earth. Okay. In the latter days, okay, Revelations chapter 13, verse 4, and they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? This has to deal with worship on the end times. Whatever system it is, it has to deal with worship. Verse 8, chapter 13. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb and slain in the foundation of the world. So it says that the whole world is going to be deceived. But I understand you are too smart. Well, let's see how smart we are, because it says everyone, or almost everyone, shall worship in the beast system. Okay? But we say, no, we're just too smart. You can't trick me. Well, let's see. So it's Rome, right? We're going to go into Rome. Chapter 17 of Revelations. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness and her fornications. And upon her forehead was written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, an abomination to the earth. Mother of harlots. Do we understand that Christianity was originated in Rome? That's where it started? And you're going to say, no, Paul did. No, Paul and those people started it, but Constantine made it official. But Rome had to rule over that, and they made a lot of changes so that it would not look like the Jewish type of worship. So Rome changed the day of worship from Sabbath to Sunday and made other changes. They made statutes and stuff and started killing people that would not worship Christianity the way they set it up. Now, mother of harlots. There is so many different types of Christianity worshiping that's come out of Rome. You have the Baptists, Protestants, you have the Mormons, and the list goes on and on and on. This is Christianity that was born, that was spread, that was changed to a way that made it a false worship. Now, let's understand. Things were changed by the Romans to worship the Son of God, right? But the people of God, chapter 20 of Exodus, verse 2 and 3. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. That means you can only worship the Father, not the Son. When the Father sent the Son to be crucified. That is the lamb that the Father provided to shed the blood to cover the sins of mankind. You do not worship the lamb. You worship the Father. The lamb, I want you to understand that the Messiah, he will be king over all the earth. He is going to get his reward. He only through him will we be able to get to the Father. Okay? Only through him. Only through the things that he has taught us and he has shown us, and through the blood. He has always pointed the way to the Father. If we're in a religious system that we are worshiping Jesus Christ, it is a false doctrine. Jesus Christ is the Lamb. We don't worship the Lamb. We worship the Father. So we have to see and understand that if we replace God the Father with the Son, now we're worshiping another God, a different God. Jesus never said that he was equal to or above the Father. He never will be above the Father. But he is an important part of what God the Father wanted, and his reward will be to rule over the whole world, and every knee will bow down to him, and we can only be saved to the Father through the teachings that he showed us and through the blood that he shed. So in today's Christianity, that the people find themselves worshiping Jesus Christ, that system is a beast system. If you find yourself worshiping God the Father, that is the correct system. If you find yourself keeping the commandments of God, which is what Jesus Christ taught, then in worshiping the Father, that is the correct system. But if you're Christianity, and Jesus Christ is your God, then that is a system that has come from Rome. Rome is there to deceive you. The devil is there to deceive you. You do not worship the Son, you worship the Father. So please repent, keep the commandments of God, worship God the Father, and remember to keep the Sabbath day holy, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Shalom.